11 AR-15, 5.56 calibers, 21 handguns, mostly 9mm, 10.45 calibers.
No arrests were made, sir.
Nobody was on the scene, and we didn't want to take the risk of waiting to see who could come. Plus, in a little while, you'll see movement as to who might push them head in there to see if something is still there. We'll work from that.
Sir, you think anybody will go back to that old house?
It's a good question. It all depends on how much noise Senior Superintendent Tracy and his team made when they went in there.
Well, based on the report that I got, sir, they were as discreet and moved as quietly as possible.
One thing that puzzles me, what doesn't trouble me much, but I've made an observation. They're not going to leave that amount of weapons unguarded. So somebody must have been sitting down somewhere when yourself and Whisper arrived. So they know somebody was around. You didn't approach the house directly. So they're not too certain what that was about. But I'm very surprised that Mr. Tracy and his men were able to go there and find the weapons still there.
The next thing we'll have to consider, sir, maybe them leave it unattended because it was deep in the bush.
Would you leave that amount of weaponry of those calibers unattended, whether them deep or not?
And if them don't have another stable place, and that's the only place them have, maybe that's the other reason.
Plus, they could be seriously understaffed, so them don't have enough lookout persons.
Or Miranda has not solidified her association with the Don over 21, so technically, she was on her own.
Well, the truth is, if that's the theory we are running with, the Don they drop out before she even get the chance to solidify where to put the weapons.
So who would have found the place for her? It has to be somebody who knows the place. When last anybody saw Siva?
Siva has been off the grid completely since the incident with him and the Don cousin, Pano, and Whisper.
I tell you this much, I wouldn't want to be him. Because that little lady, and I use the term loosely, he's not going to take that kind of loss lying down. So if him don't surface, him better stay underground wherever him is.
Like I was explaining to Whisper, sir, I get a feeling one of them will surface soon.
Whoever it's going to be, I need to know the second they do.
Don't worry, sir, I'm on it. Plus, I'm able to access more cameras now.
Good, because I can guarantee you something. Somebody is going to go there to look for themselves. Whether they know the rifles and the guns have been moved or not, they're going to want to see for themselves. And I want the best picture possible of exactly who turns up.
That might be a little tricky, sir, because the footage is from the drone.
Okay, I'll have the quartermaster issue our own drone. You are going to fly it. You are going to use the pictures and observe what we can from it. You are going to ensure that no one lets this puss out of the bag before we are ready for it to be let out.
Okay, who do I speak to?
I'll link you with the editor-in-chief from the main newspaper. But at the same time, we have to keep track of the smaller ones who might try to scoop them.
I was about to say we don't have to worry about the main media houses, but these young vloggers who are trying to make a name for themselves, we have to worry about them.
I need the names of every officer that went on the operation, because we're going to put them on lockdown.
Sir, did those officers wear body cam?
I don't think so. Instructions were given that they were not to, based on the delicate nature of the operation.
The instructions were clear, sir. But you know how some of these officers stay. Them have them phone. So you know every little thing them want capture.
But I gave instructions that nobody was supposed to be carrying phones on this operation.
And everybody was instructed to leave their phones. I'm only saying this because I don't know if they had a second phone.
Sir, the set of new officers were deploying in Spanish Town. Why you never them send for go deal with this?
I've had to pull back quite a lot of them because there are certain concerns that some people in the government seem to have. We will not elaborate on what that means. But if they had been available, I would have used them. But the fact that they were required to withdraw says a lot in itself. But they're not aware of the fact that Senior Superintendent Tracy and myself speak as much as we do.